Yo, what's up, lovely gang? It's your girl Leah, and we're back with another video.
Hours later.
But anywho, what's up, lovely gang, 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 gang? It's your girl Leah, and we back with another video. So before we get this video started, do y'all notice what's new? Do y'all notice what's new? I give y'all two guesses. Go ahead. I'm waiting. Go ahead, tell me. What's new? Alright, y'all taking too long. Y'all taking entirely too long. I ain't got time for it. Okay, so just what's new is, for one, I found my necklace, y'all. Look, I found my lovely Leah necklace. Y'all don't know how hard. Y'all don't know how hard and how long I've been looking for this dang on necklace, man. Almost made me want to shed a tear. But anywho, that's number one. I found my necklace. And number two, your girl is getting inches. Look at this hair. It's freshly washed. It's all over my head. And I know y'all probably thinking, why is your hair not done? What you doing to your hair? Well, that's actually good for y'all to be asking that question, because I'm actually about to be doing my hair while telling y'all a story time. Yes. So I mean, and I had to do my hair anyway. My new hair just came in, so I figured, why not knock two birds out with one stone? You feel me? So I'm doing doing something to my hair. Y'all see, I still got my green and blue at the top of it, or whatever. I still got my green and blue at the top of my head. Yeah, y'all see it. I didn't plan on cutting it out anytime soon. I was gonna go ahead and let it grow out some more, and then when it grow out to the length I want, then I'll cut it out my hair, and then I'll be dyeing it a different color. But until then, I'm gonna be letting it grow, doing little styles that I can do without doing too much about it, because this is right here. This is that stage where it's looking crazy because it's growing back. But it's in the in-between stages too, because it's not too much you can really do with it. But my hair, it don't move.
It don't move. My hair, it don't move. It don't move. My hair, it don't move. You hear what I'm telling you? My hair, it don't move. My hair, my hair, my hair.
That's not what I was about to say, but my hair is getting so much longer. Look at the inches, girl. Look at them, girl. Girl, look at them, girl. Look at them inches. But anyway, my hair has been getting so much longer as of recently. I started growing it back, I want to say November of last year. And I think it's doing pretty good right now. I mean, I just washed it. I picked it out and washed it earlier, and I don't got no picture of it or whatever, so don't ask for it. But my hair has grown out so much. Like, I'm so proud of myself for like keeping it for this long, because it's been some struggles, and it's been so many times I wanted to call my barber up like, "E, where you at? Where you at? I need you to cut this off my head, because I can't keep doing this no more." But your girl's a G, and she thugging it out. So I'm gonna keep growing my hair out. My hair is now officially long enough to get braided. So when you see your girl with the braids in, y'all ain't gonna be able to stand me no more, because I'm gonna be like, "Ooh, I got some hair." But anyway, let's get into this little story time or whatnot. I'm gonna be doing my hair, and oh, y'all know what this is. It's what's been helping my hair grow so much. the Jamaican castor oil. Y'all should get into that. So without further ado, we might as well go ahead and get into this video. You feel me? Okay, so today we doing a story time like how I just told y'all. Well, I'm not gonna sit here and explain it, but I'm gonna explain it at the same time. It's about the time that I quit my job. Yeah, y'all got it right. Not the job that I'm at right now. The job I'm at right now, I'm sitting here comfortable. I'm real comfortable at this job. I ain't too comfortable because you know you get too comfortable, stuff always happen. I ain't got time for that. I'm comfortable or whatever. So this is about the time that I worked at Family Dollar. Let's start from the beginning. So I want to say Family Dollar was, I'm not gonna say it was my first job after I had Lyric. It was my second job. So the first job that I had after Lyric was working at the casino at Hard Rock, and baby, it was cool or whatnot, but I had to go because day hours was off the ramp, and I had just, matter of fact, can't even say that because I worked my way up to first shift there. So I was working 9 to 3, but I was a dishwasher. Who wanted to sit there and wash dishwasher for 6 to 8 hours a day? And baby, I worked at a casino. You know how many dishes coming through there a day? I was like, oh hell no. I'm not gonna be sitting here doing this every day. Y'all got me tripping. Whatever. And then I was before I was in the midst of leaving the casino, I had heard about them opening up a new Family Dollar, right? So I was like, okay, well, Family Dollars, the one thing about Family Dollar that is cool or whatever is they they close early. They don't stay open too late. So I'm like, if I leave here, go to Family Dollar, that would be cool or whatnot, you know? That would be great because I can leave there, and then when I go to Family Dollar, they had so many hours open there because it was a new store, so they would still get, like, I literally helped build that store up from the bottom, from the very bottom up. And so I was like, oh, I was always there, and they was technically offering me more hours because they didn't do overtime there at the casino or whatever. So leaving from the casino to Family Dollar, it was a drop in pay. I'm not gonna lie, it was a drop in pay, but I took that L so I can do something a little bit more because they had me as a cashier at Family Dollar for a little bit before I got promoted to assistant manager, and I probably was a cashier for probably, I want to say 3 months until they put me in the assistant manager position. Before I get further more into this story, y'all want to see my hair? Y'all want to see the hair that I got? Okay, so basically I got the hair from Lovey Hair. I get a lot of hair from them. This actually is not my first lead that I got from them. Yes, you guys, I got a wig. Yes, you guys, I got a wig. I mean, I can't do hair for real. I mean, I can do hair, but I ain't got enough hair to do right now. So, I ordered this new wig. It's Headband Wig, so I don't gotta do the lace and stuff or whatever. I ordered me a little.
They got like a little wig wristband that they just came out with. I want to try it, but I'm not gonna try it on this wig because this wig don't need one. So and then I got me some more hair wax. Hair wax. I love hair wax. If you don't know what hair wax is the stuff that you put on like when you part your hair and you have all those spider legs that be sticking up everywhere doing a bang on top of your head. This is what this for. You put the hair wax on there, then you hit it with some heat, and baby, it be laying down. And when I mean lay it down, I mean laying down like how Lloyd would lay it down. You feel me? So I got the headband wig. The headband wig is right here. It's in the bag or whatever. They always send them in these little purple bags. I got a 24-inch deep wave headband wig. It's black. I don't know why I've been getting a lot of black wigs as of right now. Ooh, smells good. Don't stink. have probably brought my wig brush. I forgot that bad boy at home. The hair is really soft. Hey, look. This hair is really soft. It's softer than this other wig that I got from this other place, but I'm getting too far into it. Okay. So I got the headband wig or whatever. For purchasing a headband wig, they sent some free headbands to go along with the wig. So that way you can just, you know, do whatever you gotta do with it. So I got this one, little cute yellow and blue and green one, a cute regular yellow one, an army fatigue one, got cheetah print, cheetah, friends for life. Woo! That used to be my girl. And then this, I want to say it's rose gold, a rose gold headband. But yeah, they sent us 5 headbands, and then they sent us a little gift bag for purchasing from them. They sent some bobby pins, an edge control brush, which is good because I need another one of these bad boys anyway. They gave you a little elastic band just in case you want to sew it onto the back of the head and make it tight on your hair. They sent some tweezers, you know, to pluck the hair out if I want to. A little clip, just put it in my hair. Ooh, baby, love me, cause I'm lovely, Leah, you feel me? But anywho, and then they sent a little silk hairband, so when the time comes and I have me another lace on, I can just smack that bad boy down and have the lace, hold that lace down. But anywho, let's get back to the story.
So, like I was saying before I got thrown completely off. So where was I at? Oh, I was working there at Family Dollar a lot. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and do Family Dollar full time because they offering more hours or whatever. And if they offering more hours, I can get paid more because it makes sense. You feel me? So I started working there, and when I first started working there was a lady. Not gonna say no names or whatever. We gonna call this lady Rochelle. We gonna call this lady Rochelle. Rochelle started off as a cool lady or whatever. She wasn't originally supposed to be the store manager or whatever, but like how I said, I worked my way up to being the assistant manager and stuff. She worked her way up to being the store manager after the actual manager had got promoted to a whole nother store. So she basically got promoted to being a manager or whatnot. And long story short about that whole story, she got promoted to be a manager. When she actually got promoted to be a manager, that's when she started taking me up under her wing or whatnot. And she actually, I forgot they gave me a wig too. She took me under her wing. She was showing me a lot of stuff that was being done. Cause she always said that she wanted me to be her assistant manager. Cause at that time, it was 2 other females that was there or whatever. And one of them was like family in a way. And then the other one, she was cool. I'm still cool with her today. I got love for you. You know who I'm talking about. So she was my assistant manager, and then there was this other girl. We gonna call the other girl Jessica. We gonna call her Jessica. So it was Rochelle being a manager, Jessica, and my girl Kay or whatever. Rochelle took me up under her wing because she used to say that she wanted me to be her assistant manager because Jessica could never do anything right, and when Jessica was over stuff would be like, it wouldn't be in the order of how she would want it to be in. So, you know, knowing me, I'm like, well, I appreciate that you saying all this or whatever, but you know, I can't really do anything unless the job opportunity actually come about or whatever. So she was like, so you are interested? And I was like, yeah, I am. So moving on with the story, we speeded up a little bit. My girl Kay, she got promoted to being a store manager, so she went on ahead. She was over a whole store by herself. And me, I had got promoted to be an assistant manager there. So me getting promoted to assistant manager, that means more pay, more hours. So that it was cool with me. I was happy about it. So by then I was making a lot more money than I was making at the Hard Rock and at Kohl's, and I was still getting more hours. So it's just like, it was a lot going on. It was a lot going on in that store. And since it was such a new store too, a lot of people came in there on a normal basis. It was always busy. It wasn't never like not busy. And I was always the main person there. And then I was always the main person there too, because when I got put in to be an assistant manager, they automatically put me to be the assistant manager over like second shift or whatever. And I know I didn't really want to do a second shift, but you know, when you freshly coming in, you can't really say a lot either too. Like, the only thing that I could really do about the whole situation is just be like, I gotta tell her what days that I'm not available and what days that I would be available or whatever. Because at that time, Lyric was small. She was a little baby, so you know, I still wanted to be home and be home with her every now and then. And at that time, that Lyric was probably about like what? I want to say she was probably like 1, maybe 2 when I had started working there at Family Dollar. I'm going everywhere with this damn story, y'all. And y'all just sitting here watching me. My head big. How we looking? We looking cool? Gotta make sure I ain't looking crazy, y'all. Don't be having me out here looking crazy, y'all. If I'm looking crazy, put that down in the comment box, please. But don't be rude or evil about it, but tell me if I'm looking crazy, please. Okay, but where'd I leave off? So she had me around second shift, and second shift was like one of the most busiest shifts there, because you know, second shift is anywhere between like 2 and when the store closed. So that means I was the main person there at the store, and it would always be just me and one other cashier. So I would have to do paperwork, I would have to do inventory, I would have to do stock while the cashier was up there handling this, that, and the third with all these other everybody else that's up there or whatnot. So I'm like, okay, it is what it is. I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta make this stuff happen. So I'm like, okay, that's fine with me. You know, I'll take the position. I'll take the position with no problems or whatnot. And then as I took the position, I slowly seen Rochelle start changing how she was than when I was a cashier. You feel me? Like, people will put you in predicaments to try to see what you would do, to try to, like, I guess in a way test you, to see like if you really was gonna, like, you know, do what you said you was gonna do. I guess, if that makes sense. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, she started changing, slowly but surely changing, because before, when I was a cashier, I used to do so much stuff at the in the store. When I started as an assistant manager, I do so much stuff in the store plus some. So she had given me like these long list of things to do, and would say, okay, so I need you to do A, B, C, and D. And then if Jessica didn't finish something from off of her list, I need you to finish it too. And I would just be like, I think Jessica needs to finish her stuff before I get here. Because first of all, it's not like me and her had, like, we had the same amount of hours. We was there the same amount of time. She would just leave earlier than what I would do. So she would still be there for, like, I want to say 2 to 3 hours while I was there. She would still be there for like 2 or 3 hours while I was while I was sitting there while I'm sitting there at work, she would still be there. So it'd be like, there's really no reason why Jessica's stuff wouldn't be done. So my thing would be like, I'm a teamwork type of person, but why would I have to sit here and do something that we've been here the same amount of time and you didn't finish it? So I gotta pick up your slack and do everything plus my own work. Y'all feel me? So I would say something like that, and she'll be like, well, it's busier here in the morning time here, or you know, because we gotta be open in enough time for people that come in here, like that go to school and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, yeah, I understand that, but I'm also here 24/7 when it's 50,000 people coming in because they gotta get last minute things for work, or they gotta get this, that, or the third for like dinner, like little stuff. You feel me? So if anything, to be honest with you, like my shift is way more busier than her shift. Y'all don't open the store till 8 o'clock, but you here by 7 o'clock. So if you here from 7 to like, I per se probably like 6 o'clock. If you're there from 7 in the morning to 5:36 or maybe even 4, whatever you got to do should be done. I mean, am I lying? Come on, be honest with me right now. Cause if I'm wrong, please tell me. Put that down in the comments below if I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong. Because if I'm wrong, I'm still gonna feel the way that I feel, but still, like, we not about to sit here and act crazy like that she can't do her work, and I gotta sit here and do 15,000 things or whatever that she didn't get a chance to complete. But I'm doing my work plus her work, and I'm still getting it done, right? Hi, cousin. No. She run downstairs, Lear, get her. Yes. So if you want to say hi to Lovely Gang, go ahead.
Hey, gang.
Finish my edges on all the sides or whatever. But yeah, it's so stupid of me to really sit here and think that, oh, I can say this to my manager and she'll be a-okay with it and everything. No, she gonna hit me back with some, well, it's your job, you're a manager, you gotta make sure everything is done. I said, you know what? Cool. You cool, because okay, I get it. Doing this type of shit is a part of my job description. Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone. So then we gonna move forward a couple months over. As the months go by, this lady is getting stricter and stricter and stricter and stricter. She would have, okay, so then it started to be like two cashiers there and then me. So I was able to get more, I would be able to get more paperwork done, get more inventory done, more stock done or whatever, because I had somebody else that would be there with me that would help, basically. So so basically we skip it forward to this vacation that I had. I had a vacation set for me to leave to go to Detroit, I believe it was, because back then I was still able to, how old was I was still, okay, yeah, I was still in the age to bowl, because y'all already know by now, but I'm a bowler, so I was still in a youth league that I was in or whatever, because back then they didn't stop the youth bowl until you was 21, because you technically still a youth until you're legal. So I was bowling in the tournament or whatever, and I needed, I think it was 3 days off. Was it 3? Yeah, it was like 3 days off, 3 or 4. And I put these days in so far ahead of time. She gave me every single excuse of why I could not take the vacation. I put this vacation in 2 months, two and a half months before any of this even happened or whatever. She tried to give me every single excuse of why I could not go and why I had to still be at work. So I called corporate. And don't be sitting here like, no, you a snitch. Cause no, I put the time in and enough time, gave you enough warnings or whatever, and remind you plenty of times that I was going out of town. And it was something that I had to do because I already paid for it and everything. So that stuff coming out my pocket, not yours. What you thought this was, y'all? You got the game messed up. So I go to the thing. I come back. Everybody in a good mood. They ended up covering me. They found somebody else to come through and cover or whatever and help out. Speeded up I want to say this happened in like June. So what happened was she gave me a list of stuff to do. I believe it was like she told me to make sure that all of the boxes was off the floor. She wanted all the stock pulled up. It was 3 of us that day. She wanted all the stock pulled up. She wanted the store swept and mopped and, you know, make sure everything that was like all the give backs and stuff was put back. I said, okay. We got a truck that held over 2,000 pieces. It's only 3 of us. That truck came in, and I think on that day I actually was doing a double. I think so. So that day, the truck came in. It was 2,050 pieces coming in or whatever. So I'm sitting here like, you want all this stuff put up? All right. So I go back here and I try to put up as much stuff as possible. And when I mean as much stuff as possible, there was probably like, I want to say 5 boxes in every aisle that was left. Not even every aisle. It was the whole back part of the store was put up. The whole back part of the store was put up. All we had to do for real was focus on the front before we left, you know? You're not supposed to leave stock out on the floors when we first get it in. You're never supposed to do that at any store for real. But when we get stock in, we have whatever aisle that stock's supposed to go in, we put it in that aisle so that when we come back to it, we know what aisle is actually supposed to be in and whatnot. So we had all of the, okay y'all, I'm kind of struggling.
With me in the comments because this is my first time being a headband wig and I'm struggling. I am struggling. No, I'm not even gonna say I'm struggling. I'm struggling. Oh, my specials. It's 3 combs. It's 3 combs. I'm special. I thought it was only 2. It's 3 of them.
2 hours later.
So I officially left there in June. Let me tell y'all what it actually bubbled down to, the whole reason why I actually left. Cause at this point, I was getting really pissed with how the subtle treatment that she was doing was because she did like a whole 180. Like, when I mean a whole 180, like, she literally flipped. I didn't understand what actually happened, what changed or whatever. It's not like the corporate was on her ass, because they actually was saying that we was one of the best stores that she had. So I was out here like, I wasn't understanding. The corporate was saying like we was actually one of the best stores that they had in the region.
First of all, let's get into this hair, because this hair, I didn't even wet it. I just combed it out. This hair is so soft. Open up and reach hope. Looking like a man you already not even doing. Period.
So they were aware of the situation going down or whatever. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit here and just let her treat me some type of way too. Because I don't play that. And who would, to be honest with you? Somebody was coming at you crazy, especially a boss. Ma'am. The whole issue was with her is she went power crazy. I believe that would really happen. Corporate would come in there and they would check. Well, I'm not even gonna say corporate. It was more of the state. Was it the state? I don't know. What's over the GM, the general manager or whatever. The general manager would come in there and he'll check in on the store every now and then. He'll just be like little, it's just like little things that he would like to see that was like a little bit better that was in the store or whatever. Which is understandable, because you know it's always room for improvement no matter how hard you work or this, that, and the third. I'm not the type that don't like critique, because I like critiquing. Critique me. Let me know where I'm messing up at. Let me know where I can do better, because if I can do better, that means I'll be somewhere else better. You feel me? But so what basically happened was, going back with the stock stuff, it was 2 cashiers and it was me, and we had cleared out the whole back end or whatever, and it was just stuff that needed to go up that was like in the front part of the store. So what we did was, I'm like, we all work again tomorrow. I'll let Rochelle know basically what all didn't get done or whatever, because once again, not only did we have to do that whole truck by ourselves, we had to do the whole truck by ourselves with nobody else there to help us, while somebody else was also ringing up the customers. So if it was only 3 of us there, and the other manager that was there previously of me was there, she helped out with the truck, but after the truck was done, she left and went home. So it was 3 people there. So we had to divvy up all the stock and everything, put everything in the stocks and everything. We had the front half of the store. That was what was left. I'm like, okay, y'all, we gonna get all the stuff from out the floors and everything. We're gonna put it back in the back, and then tomorrow when we come back in, we're gonna finish putting it up. And I'ma let Rochelle know, like, we got majority of everything in there. It was just a couple of extra boxes that was there that we actually needed to put up, and that was just gonna be it. So I let her know that. She said, okay. We mopped up the floors, we swept the floors, we made sure all the putbacks was back. We did everything that we was supposed to do before we left up out of there. The next day, I come in there, we go in there. Matter of fact, I come in there a little bit earlier than what I normally do, because Jessica had to leave early. So I came in there earlier or whatever, and when I came in there, Rochelle was on 12. And I mean, she was on 12, she was talking crazy. Sis was talking disrespectful as hell, and I don't tolerate disrespect. The first time when she had said something to me crazy, I was just like, why? Like, what's wrong with you? Because I'm trying to figure out what's the reason of you speaking in a way that you thought that was gonna be okay. Speaking to me crazy, I don't do that. I don't do that. Cause if I show you respect, you gonna show me the same respect I'm showing you. You're not gonna sit here and disrespect me. At the end of the day, I'm grown. I don't care. I did not care that I was, at that time, I was probably like, what, 19? I did not care. I did not. Because at that time, I had me a kid. I was paying my own bills. I'm paying for me, my child, and everything else. I'm grown out here. So if I'm showing you respect, you're gonna show me the same amount of respect, or you could catch these hands. Period. But we was at a job, so I'm not gonna throw hands with my boss right then and there. And that's not why I quit either, because I threw hands with her. That's not what I quit. We're not gonna sit here and do this, okay? I'm a very kind-spirited person. I did not quit because I threw hands with my boss. That's not what happened. But anywho, she was telling me how everything that we did last night was wrong, that we didn't switch the price tags, we didn't do this, we didn't do that. And I was like, this is the list of stuff that you gave me right here, right? This is the stuff that I got done last night. The list of stuff that I did. The list of the stuff that you told me that you said that you wanted to have done, right? I did what I was supposed to do. You gave the task of price tagging and cleaning out the office, I think it was something else. I don't remember what the other thing was. To Jessica. Yesterday was slow. Jessica should have completed everything that you gave her. At the end of the day, even if I'm a team working person, it's not my job to be taken care of and doing something else that your other assistant manager is well capable of doing but did not do. And she said, well, if I say you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it. And I said, no, I'm not. Because you most definitely tripping. And what else happened? And then she and I told her that I needed 1 day off the following week, and she had the schedule printed off or whatever. The day, like when she had the schedule printed off, I was set to work Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday. Y'all heard that schedule? I needed 1 day off. The day that I needed off was Wednesday. And she gave me Thursday too. So my days off was back to back. So I was cool with that. After that little situation happened, she went back and redid the schedule. And she took me off the whole schedule all of those days but one. And that was a Sunday. And the hours was only 9 to 3. I said, Rochelle, is something wrong with the schedule? She was like, what's wrong with it? And I was like, where all my days go? And she said, those is your days. And I was like, what was the reason of you taking me off the schedule, basically? Because y'all heard what I just said. The schedule was basically like I worked that whole week except for 2 days. That means you taking money from out my pocket, and I don't jig with that, because you're not gonna sit here and mess with my money. I'm not the one, the 2 or the 3. You feel me? So I'm sitting here like, what was the reason you taking me completely off the schedule? She said you needed a day off, didn't you? So you got a couple. I said I needed 1 day off. What you taking me completely off of the schedule for? Because you said you needed a day off, so I decided to give you a couple. I said, oh, okay. Oh, that's what we doing. And she like, yeah, that's what we doing. And I was like, oh, okay. So I called my GM on her, because that's being petty. You mad because I just sat up here and told you that you wasn't gonna disrespect me no type of way? How the way that you are talking to me and addressing me is childish? Not even childish, but the way that you talking to me and addressing me is crazy. You mad because I told you about yourself? I told you about yourself in the most respectful way that I could ever tell somebody about themselves. I didn't cuss at you. I didn't call you out your name. I wasn't disrespectful. Like, I'm being professional as hell about the whole situation, and you want to go and be childish about it. I got one better. So I went and called the GM, because at that time the old GM had moved and the new GM was my old store manager. So she was over it. So I called her and I told her all about the situation or whatever. And she had said she was like, okay, I'll take care of it. So I go on my break. That's when I called her. I came back from off my break and Rochelle called me back into the office or whatever. And she was like, so you called the GM? And I said, yeah, because I'm not understanding. Why are you being childish? I said it just like that. Like, I'm not understanding what you being childish for. And she was like, what do you mean why I'm being childish? I said, because I specifically requested 1 day off. You gave me that day or whatever. And one other day. And then after you talk to me crazy and I politely tell you not to talk to me like that, you gonna go take all my days. She was like, that's not the reason why I took you off the schedule. And so I'm like, what's the reason then? What is the reason?
What was the reason?
I had a reason.
What was the reason?
I had a reason.
What was the reason?
I just explained the reason.
What was the reason, bitch?
I said because you didn't change the price tags like how it was supposed to be, and I didn't do this and I didn't do that. I didn't do Jessica's job, basically. So I was like, so you took me off the schedule because I didn't do somebody else's job. She said, yeah. And I said, you know what? I started laughing and I just got up and walked out of the office. And she was walking after me or whatever, and I was like, and she was still trying to talk, and I was just not on it. Because you taking money from out of my pocket because of what? Because I ain't do somebody else's job? Oh, sis, you big tripping. Oh, sis, you big tripping. You're big tripping. If you really thought that I was going to do with that, I was going to deal with that. Then she said something smart. And I was like, oh, are you still talking? Oh, you still talking? This is what you want to do? You want to sit here and you want to get smart with me, huh? Now, keep in mind, Rochelle is probably she was probably like 50, 55, maybe somewhere in her 60s. So you know, old people, when old people get set in their ways, they just set in their ways. And that lady was so beyond stubborn. It was so crazy. But she was walking after me, talking smart or whatever. And I was like, you clearly don't want no employee. And she was like, what? I said you don't want no employee. Oh, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Quit? You gonna be back tomorrow? You gonna be back tomorrow? I said, you wanna bet? And she was like, what? I said, you wanna bet? And she was like, and then she just, like, at that point I was starting to get heated or whatever. And it take a lot for me to get heated, because like how I said before, I'm like real calm and collected. I'm a real calm and collected type person. So I hit her with, you want to bet? And she said something to me, and whatever she said was smart. And I just took the key from off of my keychain and I like tossed that bitch. Like, I just like, take that. You won't have to see me no more. And I went outside, and my exit was so dramatic. And then my exit was so dramatic, but I was so mad that I wasn't driving back then. So I went outside, all dramatic and shit. Like, it felt like a whole weight been left off my shoulder. And then I was just sitting here like, damn, I gotta wait for my ride to get here. So long story short, I chucked that key at her. She was still talking mess when I walked out the door. But I said I wasn't going to go to jail that day because at that time I was working off of Dunham. And Dunham, that police station was like right down the street. So if they would have called the police, they would have been there like that. And I really was not trying to go to jail. I'm a good Samaritan. I don't need to be locked behind no bars. Don't do nothing to that. But yeah, so that was the story. And I guess I'm done with my hair too. Let me put my headband on so y'all can see the full look. so y'all can see the full look. This bitch don't wanna. Oh, and two, it's not a necessity for you to put the headband on. Cause honestly, it looked good with just the black part on there. And all I did with this is just comb it out. I didn't brush it out, as y'all could clearly see. I just combed it out. And it's 24 inches. It's real tight. It's secure. Y'all wanna see the back? Y'all wanna see the back? Okay, let me show y'all. Can y'all see it? 24 inches. When it pulled down all the way, it comes like right here to like the top part. But anywho, that's the end of my story or whatnot. If y'all like the story, like this video, leave some comments down there below if you want me to do another story time video with you guys. Share this video. Share this video if you like it. Share it if you felt the same type of way. If a manager actually got you, but manager that got you twisted before. Because let me tell you something, that manager had me all the way fucked up. You feel me? All the way. And I was not on her, like, cause I was like that close from going off on that lady to the point of no return. I mean, I already did return, so it didn't really matter. And then after that whole situation happened, I actually seen my old GM, and she had left for me in a GM, and she owned one of her stores again. And she was just like, come back and work for me as an assistant manager. And I was just like, no. Y'all tripping. I'm making way more money at the new spot that I'm at right now. Y'all thought I was gonna come back to y'all. Almost made me laugh. But it's all love to you. It's all love to you because you was actually my favorite supervisor. I wish you would have never left me. But yeah, you guys, I guess I'm done with the video. Like I said, like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. I'm gonna try to be on here a lot more often. I'm at least try to put like a short video out or something every week. Anywho, thank y'all for watching this video, and yeah, we out.